I'm Mel Poel at Stoked MTV, and this is another installment of the College of Knowledge. These short, informative videos are chock full of tips and tricks to improve your cycling experience on and off the bike and build your stoke for more. In the last segment, I demonstrated cleaning and lubing the chain. A clean drivetrain is going to perform better and last longer, which is just win-win in my books. So in this episode, I'd like to demonstrate how to check your chain for wear, because replacing a chain when it needs to be can save you a lot of money in the long run. Chains are consumable, they wear out. It's actually one of the most important parts of your bike to maintain and replace as necessary. What happens is, as a chain wears, when it gets too worn, you're going to wear out the cogs in your cassette. And then when you replace your chain, you're going to have to replace your cassette as well. So might as well replace the chain when it needs to and save that cassette. You can save your burrito money and beer money. So I'm going to be using my Park Tool CC32. I'm going to be starting with the 0.5% part of the tool. I'm going to put the hooked end into the inner link of the chain and see if it will lie flat. It does not. That is because this is a fairly new bike. I was not expecting to have any chain wear there. What it would look like if there was wear is it would lie flat. It would look something like that, but with this piece down inside, it would lie flat along the chain. If I have that 0.5% of wear, if we have an 11 or 12 speed chain, we may want to consider changing our chain, or we're going to end up wearing out our cassette. So we've done the 0.5%. Then we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the 0.75%. So same hooked end into the little bit there, see if it lays flat. Again, new bike, it's not going to this time, but again, if it sits up there and we have the 0.5 went in, the 0.75 it stays up, means we need to replace our chain, but our cassette should be fine. If the 0.5 shows wear and the 0.75 lays flat like that, or has a bit of, like, goes in and has some wiggle, you're going to need a new cassette along with a new chain. What happens is the chain is going to become married to the cassette. It'll have worn out the grooves in such a way that only that chain and that cassette will ever work together, and in which case when your chain breaks, you're toast. So you need to replace them both, otherwise you'll have skipping and really poor performance. Okay? So we've done that. We want to do it in a few different locations around the chain, starting with our 0.5, not our 0.75. Oh, silly me. So we're going to put it in here and lay it flat. Okay? Chains can wear out unevenly, so that's why we want to check a few different locations along the chain. There we go. So forgive me, my bike is a little bit dirty. I had an awesome ride this afternoon. Wish you had been there. Yeah, I'm going to go and get that cleaned up like we demonstrated previous week. But now we're good here. The teeth on a cassette or chainring, as they get worn, they start to look pointy or like little shark fins. If you're on top of it and you're replacing your chains as it's reaching the 0.5, you can replace your chain about 4 times before you end up having to need to replace your cassette. Now you know how to check your chain for wear. Maybe that's something you'll leave to a mechanic or do yourself. Either way, you're going to know why it's important to stay on top of that chain maintenance and replace the chain before we need to replace the cassette as well. Knowledge is power. All right, hang loose, go ride your bike, and I'll see you at the next installment of the College of Knowledge.